Pirates, through Kaido, on top of Whitebeard's protection. New world, in the sky, Azure Dragon figure appeared and disappeared in the clouds. Below there were pirates who did not know whether they were alive or dead, firing cannons towards this Azure Dragon figure. In the blink of an eye, all was engulfed in flames, countless pirates. This new terrifying recognized this Azure Dragon's figure. Kaido ... double quotes, Yonko, Kaido. Why is he here? These pirates with bounties of several billion or even tens of billions were all scared out of their wits at this moment. In the sky, Kaido used fire to counterattack a group of pirates later. At this moment, I heard a terrified scream from below. Face showed a helpless look. I actually crossed over into Kaido's city ... double quotes. Kaido sighed and said, "Fate really is a cruel joke. I don't know whether to be happy or sad." Kaido, now the one carrying a great secret, I am a transmigrator. From a world called Earth Spirit, he crossed over to come over there. One Piece is a manga series, Kaido is a manga character. At that time when I was chasing this manga, I felt sorry for Kaido. He was clearly so strong, so invincible, but in the end, he met a hacker and was forced to go offline. It was just a manga, didn't think too much about it. The current result is that I turned into Kaido, although champion. Possesses the title of strongest creature, possessing extreme defense and vitality. But in the future, sooner or later, I will encounter the main character hack, and then be dealt with, right? The strong meet the weak, how to fight. This is clearly the reason why Kaido crossed over, but was upset. Whitebeard is still alive, so the timeline is 2 years ago. Kaido strolled around the new world. Do you want me to take advantage of Luffy's current weakness and swing him with a stick to kill him? This way can prevent the future fate of being hanged by the outside. But it's hard to say. The opposite possibility is because the current attack on Luffy will cause Luffy to awaken his hack fruit early and kill himself on the spot. That hangs, hard to say currently. Goma Goma no Mi fruit. The future is Nika fruit. Bring it back, what else will it be? God knows. Don't dare to poke, but right now. Kaido's ear suddenly heard a mechanical sound. System lock progress. %. Congratulations on locking system protection. The main quest system has been announced. Main quest 1. Protect Whitebeard. As long as Whitebeard is alive, you will get the reward. The longer Whitebeard survives, the richer the rewards. Branch Mission 1. Destroy 3-7 Warlords of the Sea. Branch Mission 2. Destroy a great general. Branch Mission 3. Destroy a legendary character, e.g., Garp Sengoku. Branch Mission 4. Destroy a member of the God Knights Order. Branch Mission 5. Destroy Igorose. Branch Mission 6. Destroy an. Complete branch mission. Can get rich rewards. Kaido was shocked. System. I have a system too. In Legends, there is a system when transmigrating. This is the lowest standard. It is hard to think it is true. The system's continuous issuance of missions also left Kaido extremely surprised. Protect Whitebeard. If he lives, will he continue to receive rewards? This one, on the other hand, is simple. The reason Whitebeard will die is because he is very compassionate, slow, and cannot fly. Kaido can fly. By then he was flying. Who can kill him, protect him, keep him from dying? Too simple. Behind the branch mission, also very interesting. 7 Warlords of the Sea, great generals, legendary characters. I also want to kill a few. Behind the Divine Knights, Gorosei also wanted to kill, which was also reasonable. Kill him is also a branch quest. Difficulty and front, not the same level. Shut up, man. Virtually lived 800 years. What is this concept? If on the vast ocean, every 20 or 30 years, a legendary great pirate appears, it is also rocks, Roger, this kind of person. So 800 years later, based on 30 years one to calculate. I have met 26 or 17 in my life. This is Roger, Rock's rank, only counting the legends of pirates. Not counting the Navy, the legends of the Divine Knights. What if it is the four emperors level, Kaido, Big Mom, red hair this type? Countless, must have met hundreds, 800 years old. Countless legends, countless for emperors. But him, still standing silently at the top of the world, dominating the entire world. This guy is not that easy to kill, is he? Kaido was skeptical. Rocks, Roger, and Whitebeard at their peak, in a single fight, would definitely not be able to beat him. Take him to Branch 6 mission. This difficulty, just afraid of high score, I think. Kaido thought to himself, complete the 6th branch mission, destroy him. It is also the strongest system, the time to finally reward me. I wonder how powerful the reward will be. I am a little looking forward to it. Kaido has taken over the system. Also plan, execute the mission system, in the sky flying Kaido. This moment turn back to flight direction, return to Wano. Summon the beast's pirates, and go protect Whitebeard together. Or rather, I can go alone. Kaido looked across the new world, to different directions, and fell into hesitation. Afterward, Kaido looked towards Whitebeard's direction. The beast's pirates actually aren't that powerful. It's just Kaido himself who's powerful. Summoning them, they're just a bunch of cannon fodder. I alone can protect Whitebeard, future if at the summit battle too cruel. I took Whitebeard and ran away. There is nothing to worry about. No need to worry about throwing away under your hands without care. But Kaido entered the Whitebeard pirates' affairs. Can think, cause how earthquake. Die, Kaido invades. Hurry up and find the old men. The Yonko Kaido is here. No, unimaginable. What kind of giant and majestic creature is this, old man? Have you ever fought with such a terrifying monster? Whitebeard pirates, quite a few on the streets. They have no real power. It was simply because Whitebeard liked to build a family and take in sons, so regardless of their strength or weakness, he allowed them all to join the Whitebeard pirates. So at this moment I only see Kaido. Many members of the Whitebeard pirates were scared out of their wits. Kaido clearly did nothing, scared the crowd like that. Kaido in the sky, felt extremely silent. Once Kaido, to the same level everyone left behind. How brutal, bloody, terrifying impression. Take back the part they only saw Kaido. Kaido won't do anything. The crowd was scared out of their wits. All kinds of ear-piercing screams rang out, paralyzed, falling to the ground. Is this still a Whitebeard pirate crew member? Kaido really wanted to flip the Byakugan. Whitebeard is truly a great benefactor, taking in such a bunch of people. But Kaido came to the news. Of course it also reached Whitebeard. Suddenly, Kaido blinked, beat Kenban Shokuhaki, allowing Kaido to predict the future. Because I predict the future inside, I only see myself fighting with Whitebeard. Halo Shoku cover hit the sky to split. Kaido from the peak Kenban Shokuhaki predicts the future inside, regains his spirit. Seeing Whitebeard's battleship, the white whale above, Whitebeard's tall figure. Whitebeard maintained a sitting posture. His right hand was Sayuji Wazamono Murakamojiri. Left hand is a wine gourd. Behind him, many female nurses were treating him, and at this moment, they were giving him IVs on the white whale moat. There are also many Whitebeard pirate crew officers. One team leader, Immortal Bird Marco. The 3 team captains, Diamond Jozu, Team 5 captain. Hokin Vista, a bunch of cadres. There are no team captains, because it is Fire Fistes, now also captured by the Navy. Immediately wanted to be executed at the Navy headquarters. This moment, a group of officers all had vigilant expressions, their eyes solemnly looking at Kaido, even though Kaido is only one person. But Kaido alone has at least 90% of the fighting strength of the entire 100 Beasts pirates. One person coming, or the whole pirate crew coming, there is almost no difference. Whitebeard was very calm, his eyes were cold, looking through the clouds at Kaido. Be the world's strongest man, Whitebeard was old, sick, and still possessed the world's strongest haki. But he did not have any emotions wavering because of Kaido's appearance. Any tension or fear was even more impossible to exist. La 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 la, Kaido, Whitebeard laughed and said, "Long time no see. What are you doing in my territory? Want to fight me?" "Listen," Kaido wanted to respond. Suddenly received system reminder. Has been in contact with Whitebeard. Main quest begins. Whitebeard's survival time. Start calculating. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. So after contact with Whitebeard, the main story just started. I thought that locking the system this moment would be considered the beginning. Not important, the present starts the same way. I heard Ace was captured by the Navy. Kaido's attention returned to reality. He said, "Your information is very accurate, so what do you want to do?" Whitebeard asked. "I know. You want to go to the Navy headquarters to save Ace and bring him back." Kaido said, "But forgive me for saying it bluntly, with your current condition, going to the Marine headquarters is the only way to die. You will die, Ace will die, and your pirate crew will also die a lot." Kaido said this. The reason is very simple. If only can advise Whitebeard not to go save Ace. Isn't this also not necessary to take turns with the general to declare war? Whitebeard state, casually live a few more years, a few decades, easy, anyway. The system only said to protect Whitebeard, so that Whitebeard can survive, where to survive, not live down. It is not necessary to go to the summit war. As for the branch mission, Kaido brought someone to do the same, but Kaido's proposal. To Whitebeard, it was a kind of provocation. "You're so cute." Whitebeard laughed, a very cold laugh. "Kid Kaido, you are doubting my strength. You want to test my strength today, and take my head. Lala Lala, you are not worthy yet, Kaido boy." Listen, Kaido was slightly startled, misunderstood. Well, misunderstandings are normal. Kaido and Whitebeard have a relationship, but not a good one. Even though everyone that year was a member of the Rocks pirate crew, but the Rocks pirates, who were members of the group, were fighting and killing each other these years as the four emperors. Kaido and Whitebeard also confirmed that there was a lot of friction and many conflicts broke out. Another trip back in time to learn about the past. Whitebeard and Kozuki Oden have a good relationship, and Kaido kill Kozuki Oden. Probably because of the relationship between the two people, a layer of shadow was covered. In such a fierce relationship prerequisite. Kaido runs to the Whitebeard pirates. "Say something. With your current strength, going to the Navy headquarters is like asking for death. If that doesn't sound provocative, what is it?" "Don't say Kaido, even with red hair. You have such a big face." Talked with Whitebeard about Blackbeard and Ace, but in the end the negotiations failed. Kaido and Whitebeard's negotiations are currently unsuccessful, so they are acting normally. Kaido but without the red hair and fruit face. "Whitebeard, don't misunderstand," Kaido explained. "I came to find you and tell you these things to help you, not to be your enemy. I want to follow your Navy headquarters to a big battle. I will trust you, Kaido brat." Whitebeard tore open the foretube on his body and stood up. Hiroshoku Haki, covered at Sayuji Wazamono, Murakamojiri above. Afterward, the giant white whale suddenly shook. Whitebeard jumped up from the white whale's moat. Wrapping around Hiroshoku Murakamojiri, it rumbled towards Kaido. "Looks like this battle is unavoidable." Kaido shook his head. "Take out your own Volf tooth stick, 8 precepts." Hiroshoku covered at the top of the Volf's jaw. Thunder Mengbagwa, Kaido makes his move. The whole figure is blurry, fast, so fast, even those who possess top-level Kenban Shoku Haki and can predict the future, if their reaction speed and movement speed are not fast enough, they still won't be able to avoid this move. The 8 precepts and Murakamojiri collided. Just like Kaido before, Kenban Shoku predicted so. This is a double whammy. It seemed as if the sky had split open. The Hiroshoku clashed, causing this sea area to seem like the end of the world. It was like a world-destroying disaster happened here. Below, countless people, whether on the island or on the boat, at this moment, all turned over their byakugan, foaming at the mouth, falling into a coma. The aftershocks of the Heishoku attack were still very powerful. The sea surface was rough and the boat was unstable. Even the sea seemed to be storming, wanting to rush to the island. Those strong enough people, at this moment were not unconscious, painfully resisting. Kaido Heishoku can compare with Old Father. Old Father's condition is not good either, but this move can still be compared to the peak. Old Father, pay attention. Yonko Kaido is worthy of Old Father's attention. Kaido. Time and time again, right at this moment, he comes looking for trouble. Disgusting, can't stand at all. What kind of horrible Heishoku is this? This is the battle between the four emperors. Even staying awake is a difficult task. The four emperors are monsters that can destroy the world. Whitebeard pirates officers, this moment the state is not good. Even though he was a team captain, Marco's face was ugly at this moment, but Marco just has a bad complexion. Compared to other captains, it's already too good. The other officers, there were few of them, at this moment their whole bodies were trembling. There were also people who could not resist and knelt down on the ground. Some people also used knives, stabbing into the back of their hands, to try to maintain consciousness. There were even some cadres who, at this moment, were directly knocked unconscious during the Heishoku counterattack, but was sheltered by Whitebeard on the island. At this moment, the islanders were all unconscious. This apocalyptic scene makes even sane people extremely scared. Whitebeard. Falling into the white whale's moat above, the boat violently shook and swayed. Kaido also restored his Azure Dragon state and continued flying in the clouds. Kid Kaido, after so many years of not seeing you, you have made progress, Whitebeard said, but Kaido saw it. Whitebeard is not in good condition just now. The counterattack consumed a bit of his strength. Whitebeard won't be beaten to death by me here. Kaido suddenly became nervous. My mission system. Let me protect him. If I let him die here, this will be a huge mockery. Whitebeard is truly the strongest in the world, but cannot stand old age. Get sick. Kaido is still very nervous. Still undecided on what to do next, Kaido received the system reminder again. Whitebeard survival time, 1 minute. Obtained, first stage reward. Whitebeard lives for 1 minute, and gets a reward. Kaido was surprised by the system's reminder, but immediately regained consciousness. Surely not every minute wants reward. But it is phased. The first stage reward can be Whitebeard live for 1 minute, and the second stage should be live for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. The third stage, the ability is half an hour, 1 hour type, if every minute for 1 time. That day can immediately kill and ... 2 days. I'm afraid I can break the dimensional wall and return to Earth. The system should not be that perverted. Consider the reward, Kaido thought to himself. The first stage of rewards has arrived. The books are open. Obtained, King Level Strength Upgrade Card. King Level Strength Upgrade Card, after using, randomly 1 level of ability will reach King Level. Strength Division, Beginner, Intermediate, Advanced, Peak, King Level, Invincible. King Level Upgrade Card, use. Kaido did not hesitate. King Level Strength Upgrade Card, used. Attack Power, King Level. But consider your own overall ability level. Attack Power reached King Level. Does that mean it wasn't King Level before? Kaido saw this result later, and was shocked again. It seems that this King Level gold content is not normal high. The Yonko Kaido's previous attack power was only at the peak level. For the King Level Strength card upgrade value, there is a deeper understanding. Look at my ability level. Kaido uses the system. Ability has appeared. Kaido. Attack Power, King Level. Defensive Power, King Level. Vitality, King Level. Movement Speed, Top Level. Attack Speed, Top. Fruit development, top grade. Kenban Shoku Haki, top level, Bisashoku Haki. Top level, Heishoku Haki, top level. Weapon, top grade, see your full potential. Kaido also has a deep understanding of his own strength. Not counting the attack power just now that reached the king level, I originally only had defense power and life force, reaching the king level. The rest is just peak level. Kaido thought to himself, and the king level should be Roger, Garp, rocks these people's strength level. Before, I only had the levels of strength that reached the king level, which is like standing at the four emperors level. And Roger, Garp and the others could have 3 or 4 levels of strength that reached the king level. Therefore, they are pirate kings. Legends, 1 level higher than me, so the original force is divided like this. No wonder the pirate world's combat power division looks so vague. Legend and General, divided into 5 years. The General and the 4 Emperors, divided into 5. The 4 Emperors and the 7 Warlords of the Sea are divided into 5 groups, such as Red Hair and Hawkeyes, no matter stronger or weaker. Fighting is divided into 5, all are divided into 5 years, the same hut. The origin is here, these top powerhouses. There are always 1 or 2 ranks of abilities that reach the king level. When they used their own king level strength to collide, they were naturally divided into 5. But if it is a life and death duel, the place where all the trump cards are out. The 4 emperors have 2 levels of power that reach the king level, while the 7 warlords have at most only 1 level of power that reaches the king level. So the difference is naturally obvious. The general also agrees. The general must also have 2 types of forces that have reached the king level. Naturally there is no winner or loser. But if there are 3 or 4 types of power that reach the king level, it is a legend. If someone only possesses 1 rank of king level strength, but can use it to the utmost in battle, no matter what method others use, he will use a certain kind of king level method to respond. Then of course it will be very difficult for this person, no matter what. There is no way to determine victory or defeat. Of course, he only has 1 rank of king level ability, and he definitely cannot defeat another rank of 2, 3 types of king level ability. In the end, it will be a draw of 5 or 6, with no clear winner or loser. Kaido thought to himself, but this is a short-term battle result. If we continue to fight, there will definitely be a winner. For example, Akainu and Aokiji, their king level abilities should be equally great. After fighting for 10 days, there will still be a winner in the end. Consider the following level of self-sufficiency. Kaido has a clear understanding of the Pirate King's world's combat system. I currently have 3 types of power that have reached the king level. Kaido thought to himself, so now I should have also broken through the 4 emperors level, reaching the legendary level, right? Of course, I should be the weakest legendary level. Garp and the others, perhaps their strength in the 4th or 5th rank could reach the king level. But this kind of existence, possibly 7th rank, 8th rank, or even the entire force is king level even. Am able to have a part of the force, break through the king level, reach the highest invincible level, if it really is like this the 4 emperors, compared to them, am nothing. Double quotes. Of course, I can't underestimate myself either. My defense and vitality have reached king level. Meaning, I almost won't be beaten to death. Other people's Bisashoku, attack power, what Heishoku, reached king level, fight with me. But my defense and life are also king level fighting king level. Being able to defeat me is a ghost, so I naturally established some kind of invincible ground. This is my extremely terrifying advantage, the reason my reputation shocks the whole world. But now, my attack power has also reached king level. Both offense and defense, in a simple sense, belong to the champion. Kaido gave a faint smile. Suddenly, Kaido continued to ponder. Just like that, it can also explain why I was hung 2 years later than Luffy knocked me down. Because my previous attack power was only at the peak level, I couldn't kill anyone. Oh. I wonder if my current attack power has reached the king level. Can I kill Nika Fruit? Intrusion. After wondering, Kaido shook his head. Not possible. Consider attack power increased to king level. But hanging is hanging. No way. Do the system mission. Protect a Whitebeard. Sooner or later I can increase all my strength to king level, even increase all my strength to invincible. Kaido thought to himself, by then all of my forces will be invincible. I should be able to break through the restrictions and knock that guy down. As for One Piece, or silence, I can take whatever I want. Think about it. Kaido feels the future is filled with hope. Thinking back makes me excited. Attention back to reality. Kaido looked towards the white whale above Whitebeard and said, Whitebeard, the Heioshoku collision just now was our greeting. Can we have a good chat now? Kaido, let me say it again. I am here to help you. You are just in a coma, not dead. This is my sincerity and proof. You still don't believe me? Listen, Whitebeard closed his eyes. He recognized Kaido. Not in a day or two, this guy came to help me. How could it sound so absurd and unrealistic? It all looks like a conspiracy, but talk about weird. Kaido's current work style is indeed a bit strange. Together I realize inside, not very similar. There are similarities to becoming another person. Whitebeard asked, Kaido, you said you wanted to help me. What's the reason? Don't you feel this world is too boring? Kaido replied, the celestial dragons have ruled the world for 800 years. Whether it's the Pirate King or the Four Emperors, they can only act as they please under the shadow of the celestial dragons. Speaking of power, if you look closely, it's like they're locked in a Joker cage. You think about attacking the Navy headquarters and saving Ace. As for me, I also think of attacking the Navy headquarters, but my goal, from now on, is to continue attacking the celestial dragons. I want to destroy all the Navy, destroy all the celestial dragons. Of course, I can also conveniently obtain that great secret treasure, One Piece. We have reasons to cooperate. Listen. Whitebeard was silent. He looked intently at Kaido, seemingly in thought, making a judgment. But now Kaido's peak Kenban Shoku comes into play. Red is coming. Kaido and Whitebeard, 100 mouths say the same thing. At the same time, look toward the sea surface, in a certain direction. Kaido looked out over the sea, in the mist. A red bow appeared, followed by the Red Hair Pirates' flag. Red Hair Pirates, Redfield, Buddha Pride. Redfield slowly drove over. Kaido saw several familiar figures on the bow of the ship. The most familiar person, no one can surpass the red-haired Shanks. He was still the typical red-haired man, wearing a black long cloak, white shirt, brown pants, sandals, and his sword, the Griffin, was strapped to his waist, and beside the red-haired man, there was also a familiar figure. Vice Captain Ben Beckman. This person is also very intimidating. The Red Hair Pirates have characteristics that other pirate crews do not have. That is, the crew strength is very balanced. Ben Beckman has the strength to stand shoulder to shoulder with the red hair. Also a for Emperor's level existence, but cannot be treated simply as the deputy captain of the Four Emperors. Also because the crew members are close in strength, the Red Hair Pirates, also known as the Iron Wall Pirates. But on the other side, there is also a familiar figure. Usopp's father. The strength of the assertion is also terrifying. There is also Lucky Roo. This chubby figure, wearing sunglasses, green hat, wearing green checkered shirt, yellow jacket, always holding a piece of human flesh in his hand, is also an important character of the Red Hair Pirates. The Red Hair Pirates, the main character, have so many of them. Simply put, it's a pirate hangar. Everyone else in the Four Emperors is a Four Emperor. Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom are all like that. The deputy emperors are all very weak. Red Hair, a pirate crew, to Yonko, even the for Yonko. Usopp and Lucky Roo's strength is hard to say. How to play Pirate World Hangout. Why so many? Feeling like a red-haired pirate can beat up the other three emperors. Hacking and driving is extremely excessive. So when he was red-haired and appeared at the summit battle, he wanted everyone to give him a face. Are you giving him face? Is it to give that pirate crew the Yonko real face? Kaido saw this hanging, also has a serious expression. Whitebeard is different. He is extremely cold. At times has the demeanor of the world's strongest man, a king, in fact. If Kaido wasn't a transmigrator, he would be extremely cold right now. How is Kaido a time traveler? But from the perspective of God, who has seen the Pirate King world, he knows that red hair is something big, so he is not so cold, but serious. Redfield Moat, slowly drive forward. Go and can communicate distance. Red hair eyes on Whitebeard and Kaido swept over. Then the red-haired men looked at Kaido and said, Kaido, you think you can take advantage of Whitebeard's time at the Marine headquarters to sneak attack Whitebeard? I'm here to stop you next. Let me be your opponent. Very good, fast portrait news. As soon as I arrived at the Whitebeard pirates, Red Hair immediately ran to stop me. If it were normal Kaido, he would most likely take this opportunity to sneak attack Whitebeard, but now, can only let Red Hair down. Kaido replied, Red Hair, if you want to be my opponent, I will accompany you at all times. However, you are right in your own opinion about my relationship with Whitebeard. Red Hair coldly looked over sneak attack. Kaido continued, I came to help a Whitebeard. I want to go with him to the Navy headquarters and cause a ruckus. Listen, Red Hair, huh? Just now Red Hair said, want to be Kaido's opponent, stop Kaido from sneak attacking Whitebeard. He drew his sword Griffin, prepare Heishoku cover at any time, then fight a great battle. Result, what did Kaido say? Redhead wondered if there was something wrong with his ears. What do I hear? Kaido, he said, he came to help a Whitebeard. Him, Kaido. Help a Whitebeard? Are you crazy? The design is not correct. Red Hair was stunned. Next to originally also cold expression. Looking through all the progress, Ben Beckman, also stunned. The entire Red Hair pirates were stunned. That kind of tense and serious feeling of drawing bows and drawing swords, the great battle, disappeared in an instant. Everyone is awake. Even a little bit clueless. This is different from what has been said. How could Kaido be working with Whitebeard? Red Hair instinctively did not believe Kaido. At this moment his eyes moved towards Whitebeard. With Whitebeard eyes connected, the purpose is very clear. Red Hair asked the Whitebeard if what Kaido said was true or not. But this is a strange scene. La 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 la. Causing Whitebeard to laugh, he said, Kid Kaido suddenly came to my territory. Said he wanted to help me. Said he wanted to destroy the Navy headquarters, destroy the celestial dragons. Red-haired kid also appeared in my territory. Said he wanted to help me stop Kaido. Within one day, 2 little devils became my allies. La 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 la, I will give you a definite answer now. I am Whitebeard, you 2 little brats, you can't help me with anything. La 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 la. Whitebeard laughed loudly. Refuse all help. As the world's strongest man, Whitebeard has pride. I need help. Whitebeard alone can destroy the Navy headquarters and save Ace. This is the strongest in the world. Kaido, Red Hair, this little brat has no right to help. Listen, Red Hair looked back at Kaido. I didn't think of Kaido. He really came to help a Whitebeard. Simply shocking. But Whitebeard refused Kaido's help. What should Kaido say next? Turn around and leave. What should he do? But Kaido listened to Whitebeard's refusal, also shook his head. Whitebeard refused. On the surface he listened. He was very arrogant. The world's strongest needed help. No need. I can push the Pinghai Navy headquarters. But Kaido has godly vision. Roughly no. Whitebeard, afraid that he wants to die at the Navy headquarters, he did not think he would return alive. Of course no help needed. For what? Because Whitebeard is not stupid. Does he not know the Navy's formation, Sengoku Buddha? Whitebeard was a man of the same era. His strength was not much different from Whitebeard's. Garp, Whitebeard was a man of the same era. His strength was not much different from Whitebeard's. But Garp is still damn healthy, not a single illness, still officially certified as the only person who has not weakened due to age. Purely hanging out, not even needing a face, really disgusting. Garp alone is bigger than this. Whitebeard won't compare strength, right, not knowing that if he goes, he will be killed by these two people. Moreover, there are also the three great generals. If Whitebeard had any brains, he would know that he would definitely die. If I knew I would die, why still go? Whitebeard was sick and old. I'm afraid I've already placed my hopes in the afterlife. Sending hope to Ace, leave a crippled body. Rescue to bring hope to the afterlife. New person replaces old person, not yet come to get it, instead go through. This is probably Whitebeard's idea. He is going to die, as if decided to die. He just didn't want to implicate others. Kaido wants to help, that is implicating Kaido. Whitebeard is just afraid, he doesn't want this kind of thing. But he is such an arrogant person, how can he say I want to die? I don't want to implicate anyone, these are not words that can come out of the mouth of the world's strongest man. So he used slanderous methods to refuse help. What a spirit! As expected of Whitebeard. In reality, Kaido can feel the charm on Whitebeard even more, no problem. Kaido also quickly opened his mouth and responded, saying, Navy headquarters, anyone can go. At the beginning of all kinds of summit battles, I also went through a big fight. Do you believe no one has a reason to stop me from going? Finished speaking. Kaido's first gaze was towards Whitebeard. Whitebeard certainly wouldn't stop himself, because he has no reason to stop it. Whitebeard wants to attack the Navy, Kaido also wants to attack the Navy. The result of Whitebeard stopping Kaido, that is of course impossible. Whitebeard absolutely has no reason to stop. Also authentic, Whitebeard showed no sign of objection. Kaido is willing to go make trouble at the Navy headquarters, so let's go make trouble. Who can stop a for Emperor's will suddenly? Kaido's eyes looked towards the red-haired Shanks. This guy. Something is wrong. If there is anyone who can stop Kaido, that red-haired guy is the one with the ability. This red-haired person, his identity is too mysterious. Kaido based through the vision of God to see, red hair must be Celestial Dragon. But this is not important. The Celestial Dragons do not recognize bloodline, only power. Those who give up their identity as Celestial Dragons will not be approved by Celestial Dragons, but will be ostracized, attacked, and treated as outliers. So whether the red-haired person's bloodline is of the Celestial Dragon or not, these are not important. The important thing is, red hair even has the ability. Go directly to meet and talk with Gorosei. Gorosei also wanted to give him face. A pirate, Gorosei wanted to give him face. Is this simply pirate, this power, privilege, face? Combined with him the identity of the Celestial Dragon, Kaido could not help but be skeptical. Red hair behind, is there some agreement with the Celestial Dragon? Cooperation, of course. In the grand scheme of things, red hair should not be a villain. He must have finally determined that from beginning to end he was a positive character. But being forced to cooperate with the villain and the righteous side, this kind of thing will happen often. Even the main character can sometimes cooperate with the villain, such as when they meet a common enemy, so Kaido is uncertain. This red-hair guy's current stance. Could he temporarily choose to help the Navy? It's all still unknown, so Kaido looked over at the red-haired Shanks. Wait for his attitude, if the red hair wants to stop himself. Kaido immediately had a fight with him. The red-hair pirates have to Yonko. Even for Yonko, not important, I can fly. In the sky, fire and flames were spraying. You red hair also have Luffy main character halo. Ha. And Whitebeard's eyes also looked towards the red-haired Shanks, being stared at by the two Yonko. Red-haired Shanks also quickly expressed his attitude, saying, Kaido, although I don't know what happened to make your personality and stance change so much. But since it's your choice, and my stance, our interests don't conflict, whatever you like to do, then do it. I have no right to stop you. Kaido nodded slowly. Looks like I think too much. Red hair, although with Gorosei can meet. But without showing it, he became a heavenly dragon and a navy dog. I want to attack the navy. This matter also does not conflict with Red Hair's stance and interests. Red Hair thinks there is no reason to stop. Looks like Red Hair and three views, still normal. Whitebeard, Kaido at this time, continued to open his mouth, said, since we are splitting up, then I will leave first. See you again at the summit battle. But before you leave, I can help you clean up a bit around the navy. Today the three of us, the four emperors, met, and I believe it caused an earthquake. If we don't handle a little naval intelligence, there might be trouble later. At Whitebeard's Siege of Earth, there are dozens of navy ships. Normally Whitebeard was lazy to manage them. These marines can also help Whitebeard, clearing out some of the pirates who challenged Whitebeard and invaded his territory. Currently Whitebeard wants to go to the Navy headquarters. Then the Navy cannot arbitrarily collect intelligence. La. Whitebeard looked at Kaido, his eyes very strange. Kaido, you really make me feel strange now. Since you are willing, then these marines will be handed over to you. Kaido nodded. But now, Red-Hair Shanks also looked towards Whitebeard, said, Whitebeard, I have something to tell you. It's still Blackbeard's matter. What do you want to say? Whitebeard looked back. Red-haired Shanks said, although it's a bit late to say it now. However, I still want to say, according to my intelligence, Blackbeard has the idea of robbing other people's fruits. He currently has the Yami no Mi, and has such an ability. I originally thought that his target was Ace's Maramara no Mi, but it turned out to be wrong, so if my intelligence has no problem, Blackbeard's true target for stealing the fruit is actually you, Whitebeard. You bear the Gura no Mi. Listen, Whitebeard laughed. He saw Jiwazamono Murakamojiri, pounded loudly on the deck of the ship. Whitebeard smiled and said, then let him come. I will personally end everything with him. The regal aura spread out, not afraid at all. Blackbeard, if he has the ability to steal my Gura no Mi, then let him come. Look at my fruit being taken away, and also my head being smashed by Blackbeard. So afraid that Blackbeard did not dare to come. See, Red Hair also did not say anything. I can bring intelligence, reminders, all have been brought. Then he looked at Whitebeard. But there is intelligence in the Red Hair, the only exception. Only let him live and I cannot see through. Then it's Kaido. What the hell has this guy been through? Just now a match together down to Red Hair secretly shocked Discovery. All his knowledge and intelligence about Kaido seemed to be able to be overthrown. Kaido seemed to suddenly turn into a different person, if not for that terrifying strength that cannot be disguised. Red Hair all wanted to doubt. Kaido in front of them was someone else in disguise. The world is changing. People are also changing. Red Hair eyes shining brightly. Even Kaido has changed. What will the future world be like? Redfield moored, changed the boat's head, and steered away from this place. Whitebeard looked up at the sky, just met Kaido, already went to that group of Navy surveillance ships in the sky. Navy warship above, a piece of desperate voice. Yonko Kaido is here. His target is us. Not Whitebeard. Lieutenant General, what should we do now? Lieutenant General, this is Kaido. Having watched Whitebeard for so long, I think Whitebeard already has a lot of pressure. Kaido is even more shocking. This is the terrifying figure that can destroy the world. Monster, why didn't he attack Whitebeard, but instead attacked us? The Navy on the warship was momentarily scared out of their wits. Kaido transformed into the Azure Dragon and flew towards them. This is to scare people to death. But these fleet people in charge, a naval lieutenant admiral. He was also extremely frightened at this moment. Contact headquarters, Kaido, cooperate with Whitebeard. Originally discovered Kaido flew to Whitebeard territory. Naval Intelligence Base, these two four emperors do not have a good relationship. Confirm that you die I live, looks so lively, result. The Navy waited for half a day, just waiting for the two four emperors to clash. Then the target immediately changed, the Navy. The excitement is their Navy again, watching the excitement. I want to look into hell, hot breath. Kaido in the mouth, condensed fire, Kaido's mouth condensed flames. The temperature was extremely high. A dazzling sun, forming in the sky at this moment, could fall down at any moment. Dozens of warships above, the Navy fell into complete despair. Looking through the condensation inside the hot breath, what is this apocalyptic scene? Kaido wants to make a move, abandon boat, run. The warships above were now in chaos without battle. Navy Lieutenant General phone duplicate. Also contacted headquarters, Navy headquarters, Whitebeard, fleet supervisor. What happened? The phone rang, this moment showing panic. A desperate voice came. Kaido and Whitebeard. Socks, the phone rang, the connection cut off, causing the Navy headquarters to be in chaos. Hey, what happened? What happened to Kaido and Whitebeard, Navy headquarters? Roaring at the phone, trying to inquire about the details. But the duplicate phone is no longer connected. Disgusting. What the hell happened? This Marine headquarters officer immediately stood up and said, quickly, inform Mr. Sengoku. Kaido and Whitebeard, what exactly happened? Heard the news related to the Tuyanko. Navy headquarters, also in chaos. Those two four emperors aren't water and fire incompatible. What's going on now, and yet the fleet supervisor is scared like this? News from floor to floor reports, quickly advancing toward the Navy headquarters, Sengoku Budo office. New World, Whitebeard's territory. At this moment on the sea surface, left behind a large amount of fire, just now Kaido used hot breath. The flames were several kilometers long, piercing through all the surveillance warships and dried sausages. The high temperature burned down, causing dozens of warships to almost evaporate. All fleet supervisors, not a single lucky sailor survived, including that lieutenant general. Perhaps the headquarters lieutenant general was also evaporated in an instant. But hot breath, however, Kaido's many tricks are far from being his trump card. This is the power of the four emperors. Kaido himself was also startled by his performance in the first time. I was flying in the sky when a pirate came to attack me, not knowing whether I was alive or dead. I casually vomited some fire, which was equivalent to spitting out a lump of phlegm. It didn't count as a move at all. That pirate gang was burned to the ground. The second time he made a move with all his might. Just now, Hiroshoku covered him, and when he clashed with Whitebeard, the sky split open. But at this time, my attention was all on Whitebeard's body, accepting the pressure coming from Whitebeard. I didn't look around too much, and my strength was also all concentrated on Whitebeard's body, and was also eliminated, and didn't cause any particularly large damage. This is the third time we've started. Hot breath instantly evaporated dozens of giant warships. Double quotes. I just realized that I am so strong. The four emperors are actually so terrifying. In the eyes of the onlookers, I indeed have it, as if it can destroy the world. This is too strong. Like a god, Kaido was silently shocked. Hardly any monster is so afraid of himself. My appearance can also make countless people fall into despair, scream, and go crazy. Kaido put his hand on his chest and thought to himself, if I were to transmigrate into a normal person's body, I would see Kaido right now. Just afraid to scare to despair, eliminate fleet supervisors. Kaido looked back at Whitebeard's direction and nodded slightly. After that, Kaido left, anyway. Don't act together with Whitebeard, Kaido for places stroll. The ultimate battle begins. Let's continue. All is restored to normal. But right now. Kaido suddenly received a system notification. Whitebeard survival time, minutes. Obtained, second stage reward. There is a reward again. Kaido couldn't help but be slightly startled, and said in surprise, "The summit battle hasn't even begun yet, and I've already received 2 rewards. If this continues, it feels like the gap between complete invincibility is already within reach." Very excited to find an island to set foot on. There are no people on this island. Kaido opens the system. Opening the second stage of rewards, Kaido said. The system also immediately responded. Second stage reward, opened, obtained, King level strength upgrade card, peak level strength upgrade card. Second phase of rewards, compared with this before the first stage reward. It is a bit richer. The same is true for a King level strength upgrade card. Phase 2 rewards, 3 more top strength upgrade cards. See these rewards, Kaido couldn't help but frown. King level strength upgrade card, very useful to me. But these top level strength upgrade cards. I have reached the peak of my strength in all aspects. These top level upgrade cards are useless to me, right? Research immediately. Can 3 combine to form a King level strength upgrade card? The result is impossible without this unified theory. The 10 unities cannot be unified. Use King level strength card to level up. Kaido first increased his strength and then spoke, follow to get the upgrade card to use. King level strength upgrade card, used. Attack speed, King level, attack speed. Kaido slowly nodded. It is a very important level of improvement if a person has King level attack power. But the attack speed is extremely slow and cannot hit people. Even if the attack power is stronger, it is useless, and there is even a possibility of being kited to death by the player. Combat reality, not game values, not that high attributes will definitely win. If one person attack King level force, King level Kenbanshoku, King level weapon, King level development fruit. For levels of ability, reaching King level, obviously extremely invincible. But slow movement speed, slow attack speed, defense and health are not high. At this moment, a person appeared. His movement speed reaching King level, like this. I'm afraid that with just this speed, he can still live and let the previous for Xianglong level strength fly a kite to death. Considered to have obtained King level Kenbanshoku Haki, can predict the distant future especially. But predicting the future, but the speed is too slow, cannot avoid, then also useless. Balance increases, that is the king's way. Kaido slowly nodded. My previous attack, defense, and King level life were all top-notch. Speaking of which, it's a bit like a pile of sand. When encountering someone who has reached King level speed, the disadvantage is still very obvious. But now it's different. The attack speed has reached King level. Clearly makes up for the weakness afterward. Kaido looked at the remaining reward. Use the top strength card to level up. I have full body strength, can still be used. Peak strength upgrade card, used. Kenbanshoku Haki, peak X, fruit development, top X. A precept's weapon, peak X, double the peak level. Can it be like this? Kaido was surprised. Suddenly, Kaido looked at the introduction system, understanding the reason. Top level X, it's not like the strength has doubled. But it is approaching the infinite King level, not up to King level. But it is beyond the ordinary. The more you multiply, the closer you get to King level, until you reach King level. Peak level X, although it's not doubled, it's obviously much more powerful than a normal peak level. It's just definitely not as good as a King level. Kaido was very satisfied. I didn't think it could be like this, in short. The top strength upgrade card is not wasted. Increasing strength is good. Since then, go to the summit battle. I will have more confidence. Sit and wait for the war to start, but at the same time, Navy headquarters, related to Kaido and Whitebeard news. Also went to Sengoku Buddha office. Kaido, Whitebeard, what about them? Sengoku Buddha immediately reacted not small, in the office. A piece of serious atmosphere. Here, several Navy officers and officials all had solemn expressions. Kaido, Whitebeard, these two names coming together are already terrifying. Even a bit earth-shattering ... for emperors. Each of the four emperors seems to have the power to destroy the world. Extremely powerful, fortunately. The relationship between the four emperors is not so good, so we don't have any contact on normal days. But their scope of activities is mainly in the New World. The whole world therefore remains peaceful. But now, intelligence-based, the two Yonko meet. No matter what reason they come into contact, this is all a terrible story. Why did Kaido contact Whitebeard? Didn't he come with any follow-up intelligence? Sengoku Buddha's face was gloomy and he frowned. Hideous, an entire fleet overseer, dozens of boats. Even a complete intelligence is not transmitted back, were they all destroyed at the same time. Continuously confirmed, no follow-up intelligence. Beside a naval officer, at this moment replied. However, the CP on the other side seems to understand something. CP. When Sengoku Buddha heard the name of this organization, he immediately had a headache. They belong to the Celestial Dragons. They will not share intelligence with us. Single quotes. In the office, there was another silence. This is the Navy's shame. No matter how strong or big, try hard and make contributions. In the eyes of the Celestial Dragons, the Navy is just a pack of dogs. Even this CP group only has shoddy intelligence and spy capabilities. But in front of the Navy they can still show off and not even share a little intelligence points. Mr. Sengoku, the analysis report is out. At this moment, another naval officer entered the office. Hearing this, Sengoku Buddha immediately said, "Recite." After analysis, the surveillance fleet was simultaneously destroyed. After rigorous analysis of the last voice of our phone conversation, it is believed that the method of destruction was Yonko Kaido's move Hot Breath. Yonko Kaido, destroy the fleet supervisor, according to intelligence. Kaido and Whitebeard have a fierce relationship and are always at odds. This time Kaido will help ... Maybe it's a symbol of Kaido and Whitebeard's reconciliation. There is reason to suspect that Kaido has been cooperating with Whitebeard. This general finished analyzing the intelligence, placed the intelligence on Sengoku's table, and stepped back to stand to one side. Sengoku Buddha's face became even more unsightly. In the office, there was also a buzz of sound. Kaido and Whitebeard, cooperating already. The two four emperors are working together. What do they want to do? Are they thinking of destroying the world? What a historic meeting this is ... double quotes. Disgusting. Doesn't that Kaido guy have a deep hatred with Whitebeard? Why did the two of them join forces? Kaido changed, or is it Whitebeard who changed? Damn it, how could something so serious happen? Generals, chaos ensues. Sengoku Buddha, looking over the intelligence table, be a Navy marshal. He knew the situation a little more than the generals. For example, Sengoku Buddha decides to publicly execute Ace. Whitebeard, planning to think of a way to rescue Ace. These have all been captured by Sengoku intelligence, so Sengoku Buddha prepared the battleground at the Navy headquarters, ready to welcome the enemy, waiting for Whitebeard to arrive, leaving it there forever. But now Kaido and Whitebeard are in contact. Of course, Kaido also thinks about the Navy headquarters. Also thinking to save Ace, put in a little more effort. The problem is, how could Kaido do such a thing? He had no reason to help Whitebeard, no reason to save Ace. Yonko Kaido, what the hell are you doing? Sengoku Buddha, famous for his wisdom, now had a bit of a headache. if Kaido had a sneak attack on Whitebeard. Only then did everyone recognize Kaido help Whitebeard. At this moment, Sengoku Buddha felt like his head was about to split open. How could Kaido transform into someone else like that? It's so unreasonable, especially ... starting from now. There was a constant cracking sound of eating senbai, but Sengoku Buddha is even more of a headache. Eating senbai sound becomes faster and louder. Garp, enough. Sengoku Buddha roared angrily, just entered the office. Sat on the sofa eating senbai. Garp, immediately a face of confusion. How nice. Kaido has cooperated with Whitebeard, and you're still here eating senbai. Sengoku Buddha took senbai with one hand and stole it away. I senbai. Garp was terrified. Think carefully about how to deal with the four emperors meeting this time. Sengoku Buddha took senbai away and put it back in the drawer. Crackle, crackle, the sound rang out again. Just as he closed the drawer of Sengoku Buddha, he heard the sound of senbai being devoured from behind again. His veins immediately popped out, and he couldn't bear it any longer. How many senbai are you hiding? Hand them all over to me. Sengoku Buddha turned around, grabbing Garp by the collar. In the office, because Kaido and Whitebeard met, the tense atmosphere formed. In a moment there was nothing left. This made Sengoku Buddha extremely angry. The Great War is coming. You old man put this ruined atmosphere. I really want to beat Garp to death. At the same time, Holy Land, Mariagua, World Government Headquarters on the ground. Also has the Supreme Power 5 people, Gorosei. They are on the ground, but this moment, Gorosei work locally. At this moment the atmosphere is also extremely solemn. Kaido, Red Hair, Whitebeard, the three Yonko have met. Last time Red Hair met Whitebeard, now joined a Kaido. What do they want to do? Based on personality analysis, it's possible that Kaido ambushed Whitebeard, and Red Hair came to help Whitebeard, stopping Kaido. The real intelligence is completely opposite to your analysis. Kaido destroyed the Navy surveillance fleet and reached an agreement with Whitebeard. Red Hair only relayed some information to Whitebeard and then left, so Kaido and Whitebeard reached a cooperation agreement. They actually cooperated. How is this possible? Gorosei also showed a look of fear. They harvested the four emperors' intelligence. Not in a day or two. From that year rocks that period, Whitebeard, Kaido. The other two people immediately entered the site of the Celestial Dragon, God Valley later. Kaido and Whitebeard became regular guests of the Celestial Dragon Intelligence Service. Decades like a day pass on the intelligence to these two people. Gorosei can be said to understand Kaido and Whitebeard better than anyone else. So Kaido, Red Hair, Whitebeard, these three people met. The only one who can form an alliance is the Red Hair and Whitebeard alliance. But the result was completely unexpected. Pushed them down for decades of intelligence. Kaido and Whitebeard cooperate. This kind of thing basically cannot happen, just like that happens. Kaido and Whitebeard cooperate. The world will be in chaos. Do you want us to make a move or not? Hear this suggestion. Gorosei was silent for a moment at first. Then, Gorosei said, let the Navy handle it. The cooperation of the two Yonko is a headache, but it won't threaten the Holy Land. It won't threaten the confiscation of the Tenjokin heavenly gold. The Navy is completely capable of dealing with it. Yes, it's enough for us to quietly watch the changes. Kaido, I hope this guy doesn't want to cause any big trouble. Gorosei was still shaken inside. Aimed at Kaido's decades of intelligence analysis, at this moment it was all overthrown. Fuck it. So nauseating. New World, Kaido waited for a few days, but couldn't wait for trouble. This made Kaido a little suspicious. I cooperate with Whitebeard. This, although at that time had abolished the Navy fleet supervision. But trust the Navy, the intelligence capabilities of the Thien Long Non are still very strong. Of course still know this. Just like in the Pirate King world, There is a photographer king. Everyone's wanted poster. This photographer king can almost get it. Covering the four emperors' close-up photo. The Navy and the Dragon people have unquestionable intelligence capabilities. Kaido is incredibly confident. The news of Whitebeard and I working together has already spread, so on down. Surely there will be trouble. At least there is CP. Come investigate me. But Kaido was well prepared. He would bring someone to deal with the trouble, or he could talk to them first. But do not have no one come investigate Kaido. No one comes to cause trouble for me. It seems that the Navy's attention is focused on guarding Whitebeard, Kaido thought to himself, or rather, they don't dare to investigate me. In short, this is strange. Of course I dare not investigate. Anyway, in the eyes of the Navy and the Celestial Dragon, Kaido has turned into someone else. Pass intelligence, completely invalid. Right now Kaido, according to them, is empty. Temperament is unstable. Who dares to come to this investigation? Plus the Whitebeard incident made them lose their heads. Naturally, it also paused to gather intelligence aimed at Kaido, but this is outside. Recently, only the reward system matter has Kaido relatively concerned. The next few days, Kaido got the reward twice again. Yes, twice. Whitebeard survived for an hour. Harvest the third stage reward. Whitebeard survived time, 1 day. Harvest the fourth stage of rewards. Then now several days passed. The fifth stage of the reward has not yet reached the books. The rewards are getting harder to get. Kaido was silent. But these 2 stages reward, Kaido used later. Get the reward. 3 king level strength upgrade cards. For top level strength upgrade cards, 4th stage reward. 1 king level strength upgrade card, for top level strength upgrade cards. 5th stage reward, king level strength upgrade card to use later. Get the increasing order is defense, king level X. Kenban Shoku Haki, king level. Attack power, king level X. Heio Shoku Haki, top level X. Movement speed, peak X. Bisashoku Haki, top X. Increase the amplitude, still very large. Kaido's current attack power has surpassed king level. In addition to Bisashoku Haki and Heio-shoku Haki attack power enhancement prerequisites, Kaido attack power, it can be said that it is almost invincible. But if someone has king level Haki attack power enhancement, this ability is a different story. The defense force is also king level X. Now Kaido stands there letting people hit him. Normally, king level, even breaking through defenses is not possible. Only Kaido fluff can be damaged. Extraordinary champion, next round of rewards. Don't know when it will come. Kaido is quite looking forward to this, another aspect. Kaido is also looking forward to the beginning of the summit battle, because the reward system were issued. Not only Whitebeard survived time, there are also branch reward missions. Kill the 7 warlords, kill the generals, kill the legends. All can get rich rewards. This is also a shortcut to make yourself stronger, which can kill these local people. The summit war was undoubtedly the perfect opportunity, at Kaido patiently waiting. The summit war is about to begin, Navy headquarters. It has been announced that the great pirate Portgas Diaz will be publicly executed. This news once appeared. Immediately climbed up to post the headline in the newspaper, spread throughout the world. Ace, Whitebeard pirates, to captains, Marimara no Mi ability user. Can burn down an entire pirate fleet with 1 punch, terrifying existence. Possesses a terrifying strength that makes people despair. Bounty, billion berry great pirate. What? This kind of pirate was actually captured. Whitebeard pirates officer. Whitebeard, will you give up? In the Navy headquarters, this kind of great pirate publicly appeared. This is deliberately provoking Whitebeard, that man who can destroy the world. I'm afraid he won't sit idle by ... double quotes. That's right, you're right. The Navy doing this is an extremely risky move. There's no need to go to war with Whitebeard, right? No way. declaring war with Whitebeard, angering that man who can cause earthquakes. Then the whole world will be destroyed. I hope Whitebeard can stay calm and not act rashly. The world is not very local. This moment all received the latest newspaper headlines. The news of Ace's execution was made public, becoming a key event that the whole world focused on, but almost everyone. When looking at this news headline, the same problem as before appears. Whitebeard will sit and watch. The two captains under his command wanted to be publicly executed by the Navy. This kind of provocation against the world's strongest man, can it be ended together? Every human brain inside. Almost all got the same answer. No, Whitebeard absolutely will not sit and watch. Who is Whitebeard? For emperors, the world's strongest men. Let the world fall into deep fear for decades. 100,000 times more terrifying than the existence of demons. Even children know, I'd rather meet the devil than Whitebeard. Referring to Whitebeard can stop children from crying. Portrait can make ghosts more abusive, but Whitebeard is famous and fierce. This is what he used battle after battle to achieve. Men like that ... Now let him sit still and ignore the Navy headquarters to his provocation. No way, absolutely not possible. Which made headlines around the world, also very fast changing. Confirming everyone's guesses against Whitebeard. The press headlines from the Navy decided to publicly execute Ace. Transformed, the Whitebeard pirates disappeared, practically heading towards the Navy headquarters, thinking of a way to rescue the great pirate Ace. Whitebeard want to declare war on the Navy. Whitebeard really wants to go to war. Oh my god ... double quotes. Whitebeard, he really won't sit by and watch. This man is simply a devil. Can the Navy stop Whitebeard's attack? Hard to say. Whitebeard, this guy has killed countless people in his life, destroyed countless kingdoms. The people he has killed can create a hell. Tisk, this devil ... Now he wants to destroy the Navy. Disgusting, the world was shaken. The whole world, in a flash, was covered in a shadow of despair. The sea areas, many on the island, the store closed for business. The world may be destroyed anyway, so why open the door to do business? Tomorrow when I'll wake up, whether the world will still be there or not is uncertain. Maybe tomorrow when I open the door, outside the door is a sky full of stars ... Yes, Whitebeard will destroy the world. Everyone will fly here and there. What a stupid idea. Do not continue business, compensate family members. Perhaps this is their last time in this life, and spending the last moment with their family is the happiest. I have seen Whitebeard before. Just seeing him for a moment, we have already lost our lives. That guy is absolutely not human. He is a devil that crawled out from hell ... Someone said about his experience. This person has white hair, although it has been decades. That year, seeing Whitebeard's gaze, it was still like an indelible mark, always bringing a feeling of fear. There were also countless people going into the church to pray. Of course, the crime event is also on the rise. Because tomorrow could be the end of the world, some people fall into madness, deciding at the last moment to do whatever they want, the whole world, just because Whitebeard wanted to take action to spread the word. But immediately fell into chaos, despair inside. Whitebeard is just an old and weak pirate from the previous era. I don't know if he can still walk around at his current age. I see that the news that Whitebeard will go to the Navy headquarters is just a rumor. Last time there was news about Whitebeard. When was it? Many years ago. Perhaps Whitebeard actually died long ago. Otherwise, how could he, the second captain of the team, have been captured? The so-called Whitebeard wanting to attack is indeed very likely just a rumor. That's right, everyone doesn't want to scare themselves. Whitebeard doesn't have the ability to destroy the world. He doesn't have this ability, you know. Even if he's still alive, as long as he dares to appear, the Navy will teach him how to be a human. Whitebeard. Humph, that's because I didn't go to sea. I went to sea. I killed him. of course. In the world, there were also some voices criticizing Whitebeard. Not everyone experienced the glorious Whitebeard era, Whitebeard old men after. Pay more attention to your family, furthermore. He had a fierce reputation when he was young, so no one dared to provoke him. So Whitebeard has had no major news for a long time. Unlike when I was young, every now and then I would make a big event. That is, many generations of young people, newborn calves are not afraid of tigers. Basically despise what Whitebeard. Whitebeard, Yonko, what the hell, Dan. Wasn't he also defeated by Roger that year? In recent years, there has been no news of Whitebeard. I'm afraid it will be a broken old man who can be beaten to death by anyone, of course. These contemptuous, mocking voices towards Whitebeard. It is not entirely due to the ignorance of young people. There are many Navy and the dark leading people's thoughts initially. Whitebeard's voice was full of slander and satire. It was the Navy that dispersed it. Whitebeard is old and weak, no news for many years, previous era loser, etc., as they followed the rhythm. Many ignorant people also joined and finally, in the world of the earth, formed quite a few voices mocking Whitebeard. People feel hopeless, reduce a lot, security events, also much less. Really big to each kingdom, Navy security pressure, but a lot of Navy branches. Regarding the news of Whitebeard's slander, it has spread out, the tense, fearful atmosphere has apparently been eased, and the public order incident has obviously decreased. The Navy branch people, at this moment, were under great pressure, saying, "But this war really won't destroy the world, right?" As far as I know, every branch's elites have all been transferred to the Navy headquarters. The headquarters has gathered all the forces they can to deal with Whitebeard's threat. What kind of terrifying war will this be? Double quotes. It's enough that the people don't fear Whitebeard. As for us, we'll leave it to the heavens. Maybe tomorrow we'll wake up and find out that Whitebeard shattered this planet, but that's not something we can control. These weak people in the Navy branch were all unable to restrain themselves at this moment. Gather all the elites to go to headquarters. Never been a big event before, it's hard to imagine. How terrifying is Whitebeard, worthy of the Navy headquarters. Like that, all forces are mobilized. The battlefield is ready to welcome the enemy. But like that, the atmosphere is stuffy. Almost everywhere in every Navy branch. Just understand a little bit about people, or understand Whitebeard people. This moment is fundamentally not optimistic. Grand line, first half. Marineford, Navy headquarters. This place is the entire Navy organization's center department. Use absolute justice to maintain peace and security around the world. Navy headquarters. King Xia 7 Warlords of the Sea, for Emperors. Together known as the three great powers of the Grand Line. Of course, this is for the outside world. In the eyes of the average person, the ones who cause trouble at sea are the 4 emperors and the 7 warlords of the sea. But maintaining security is the Navy, so the Navy headquarters, the 7 warlords of the sea, the 4 emperors, in the eyes of the people, the most lively and powerful group of people. Far from being a common pirate, the kingdom's navy is much more formidable, so they are called the 3 great powers. In the eyes of the beholder, that is of course another matter. 7 warlords of the sea, 3 great powers. 7 warlords of the sea is also worthy, but the truth is not important. In the eyes of ordinary people, what the world is like, this is what is important. Because the loudest sound in the world is undoubtedly the voice of ordinary people. But this moment, Navy headquarters, gathered from the world's naval branch, summoned all the elites. Over 100,000 people, 50 warships surrounded the headquarters Navy. On the shore erected countless cannons. This is war. Enough to stir up a world-shattering war. However, even though there are 100,000 elites here, the Navy headquarters was still filled with tension. No one dares to be subjective or contemptuous. They can always attack Whitebeard, even though this Navy was all elite. There were still people who felt fear at this moment. Someone is in a hurry. Some people were shaking and sweating. Some people even became deserters. Kidding. Everyone is a naval officer. All are elite and understand the inside story very well. Who doesn't know how terrifying Whitebeard is? Fight, how to play, must really die. Whitebeard is not human. He can cause earthquakes. Don't want to die. Then the deserter appeared. But at the naval headquarters, heavy troops were stationed there. Navy headquarters, Sengoku Buddha office. He is also constantly understanding the latest intelligence. Is there any news about Whitebeard? Where did you find Whitebeard's fleet, Sengoku Buddha? At this moment, holding a duplicate phone in his hand, kept asking the intelligence officer. But the phone is opposite. The intelligence officer also replied, reporting to Mr. Sengoku. Our surveillance fleet just set sail and was completely sunk. The intelligence fleet in the New World also suffered a devastating blow. Our intelligence capabilities were literally cut off by a living person. Sunk by who? No intelligence whatsoever. Sengoku Buddha asked. That's right, it was sunk without any information. As for the Whitebeard fleet, it disappeared like nothing. The phone rang opposite. The intelligence officer confirmed. Listen, Sengoku Buddha's face was gloomy. It is not always the Navy that makes waves in the sea area, chasing and attacking pirates. Can't think of the present. The situation has changed. The Navy was chased and destroyed by pirates. Send out so many fleet monitors, just out to sea and it's gone. When the Navy blockaded the pirates, it was just this staff. Can't think of it. The Navy was also blockaded this day. Whitebeard. Still the same style and strength as before. Sengoku Buddha put the phone down and asked, how long until Ace's execution? 3 o'clock, someone replied. Leave Ace on the execution platform. Sengoku Buddha ordered, bring out the statue of the Navy headquarters, the statue of the executioner, all of it, and announce it to the whole world. Want the whole world to witness this death penalty. Also let the whole world witness with their own eyes, Whitebeard is finished. The world needs a heartwarming news. So these two who have been harming the world for many years, slaughtering countless innocent people, and making the people fear the great pirates day and night, begin. But one side, Garp. On his face he was still trying to smile, seemingly indifferent. Sponge Islands, on the big screen, Navy surveillance imagery appears. Everyone saw the execution platform. At this moment, there is no one above, but very fast, 2 executioners, escorting a figure, slowly walk towards the execution platform. That person is ... double quotes, Port Gas Ace. The execution is about to begin. Foam of the archipelago boiling everywhere. The crowd immediately started discussing. They saw Ace. As expected of a great pirate, even after being captured, his face is still full of ferocity. One can imagine how brutal this person is normally. I'm afraid that if a normal person took one look at him, he would kill them. I wonder how much blood is on this person's hands. Whitebeard's the captains normally confirmed that because of Whitebeard killed a lot of people, destroyed a lot of towns and even kingdoms. Doing bad things for so many years, finally caught. Good catch, execute him, execute him. Through the surveillance image of the execution of the people, at this moment a piece of screaming. Everyone was excited because the great pirate Ace had fallen into the net. But now, another image, exchanged to everyone's eyes inside. Several figures appeared. Their appearance and dress did not match the surrounding navy. A woman, wearing a cheongsam, her figure was both convex and concave, extremely beautiful, making people feel lost, and behind him, there was actually a white powder Madara snake occupying the ground. On this snake head, there was also a skull. And beside this woman, there stood a man wearing a black top hat, a wine red patterned shirt, a black jacket, white pants, black short boots, a cross hanging on his chest, and a giant black long sword on his back. This man's eyes are extremely sharp, like eagle eyes, to make people afraid is. This was very strange, one male, one female, but still the most normal to people. At the Black Knife Man's side, standing there was a tall figure, over 3 meters tall, blonde hair, sunglasses, and a pink feathered coat. This man exuded a somewhat arrogant smile, making people tremble with terror at first glance, but next to him, the other one is even more bizarre. The body is 6 or 7 meters tall. Appearance like a demon, on the forehead grow beast horns, sharp fangs and ears, on the head and neck are stitched wounds. Wearing bat collar clothes, looks like a vampire, zombie, strange existence. Finally, there was a 6 or 7 meter tall body. Looks like a Kuma head, carrying a Kuma air hat, wearing a black coat with a brown hood, and holding a book in his hand. The man, these 5 people. The surrounding people were wearing uniforms, the righteous people were wearing navy cloaks, forming a clear, incompatible comparison. Who are these people? How come they wear such unique makeup? Look, it looks like a pack of monsters ... except for that beautiful woman. No. Why does this beautiful woman have a snake head behind her? That man carrying a black knife looks the most normal, although his eyes don't look human. These people are also Navy. They look really scary. There are many people who do not know these people. It's normal. The 7 warlords' fame resounds throughout the world. But because he became a 7 warlords of the sea, his wanted order was cancelled. So many people have never seen their appearance. At this moment, some people do not recognize. It is normal. Someone introduced it immediately. These 5 people are the famous 7 warlords of the sea. One of the 3 great powers of the Grand Line. They can be compared to the Navy headquarters and the 4 emperors as terrifying existences. What? They are the 7 warlords of the sea. No wonder he doesn't wear Navy uniforms. Looking at each one is not simple ... double quotes. Who is that beauty? Who is that beauty? Everyone immediately started discussing excitedly. That beauty is the Empress, Boa Hancock. Absolutely do not be enchanted by her beauty ... It is said that if you take one look at her, you can turn into stone. Fuck, no wonder it's the 7 warlords of the sea. Just one look and they turned into rocks. So terrifying ... double quotes. What is not human force? Someone continued to introduce. Beside the man carrying the black knife is the world's #1 great swordsman, Hawkeye Hawk. The world's #1 swordsman. That's right. I heard that the arm that red-haired Shanks broke was cut off by Hawkeye. What? The red-haired for Emperor's arm was cut off by Hawkeye. What kind of terrifying existence is this? It actually seriously injured the red-haired for Emperors. Real or fake, of course it's true. Humph, you guys don't know, that year's battle, I was at the scene. Red Hair was also a swordsman, and fought with Hawkeye Hawk to prove who was the world's strongest swordsman. That battle fought for 3 days and 3 nights. And in the end Red Hair was defeated. Hawkeye cut off one of his arms and let him go. That battle scene, I will never forget it. Amazing. Actually witnessed the duel between the 4 emperors and the 7 warlords of the sea. Ha. Of course, who am I? Want to learn swordsmanship, although I'm inferior to Mihawk. But at that time it was because of my excellent swordsmanship that I was invited to watch the battle. Now a swordsmanship class with 100,000 berries per session is a rare opportunity. 100,000 is very expensive. I study, in the vast amount of information inside, also mixed a lot of hollow fake news. Not every piece of news is true. People without divine vision naturally did not dare to imagine that the 4 emperors' red hair arm was bitten off by a sea king, and even more so, it was the world's #1 swordsman who chopped off the red hair arm. Everyone continued to discuss. The other person next to him, called Doflamingo, is the king of Dressrosa on the surface. But I have been to the New World. I can tell you, Doflamingo also handles the dark business of the underground world, such as gun and bullet trading, kidnapping, population trading. He is an extremely terrifying existence. And the most terrifying part of him is he is related to the four emperors Kaido. What? Yonko Kaido, that's right. What is his relationship with the Yonko Kaido? I'm not sure, I'm just a small character. But I heard that the Yonko Kaido also deals with the gun trade. Doflamingo also deals with the gun trade. The two sides are in conflict, so they are enemies, so competition and conflict often erupt. Oh my God, as expected of the 7 warlords of the sea, competing with the 4 emperors without falling into a disadvantageous position. The 3 great powers, of course, are compatible if one day in the future Doflamingo kills the 4 emperors Kaido, I will not be surprised. Everyone is completely waiting for this kind of news. Too powerful. Luckily the 7 warlords of the sea are a navy. Otherwise it's hard to imagine what kind of disaster it would cause. There's also Gecko Moria. I heard he can form a zombie army. He also fought a great battle with the 4 emperors Kaido. The outcome is unknown. Since Kaido and Moria are both alive, the great war that year should have been a worthy one. Correct, Kaido is also miserable. He actually offended to Shichibukai in one go. In the future, I'm afraid, he will die at the hands of the Shichibukai. That's right. The 7 warlords of the sea will definitely destroy the 4 emperors to eliminate harm for the people. The tyrant Kuma is a relatively unknown and mysterious person. However, from his tyrant nickname, one can know that this person is absolutely extremely powerful and cruel. Fortunately, he was recruited into the 7 warlords of the sea. Otherwise he would be a great disaster. 7 warlords of the sea, why only 5 people? Someone was stripped of his Shichibukai title and replaced by someone called Blackbeard. As for why Blackbeard and Jinbe, the 2 Shichibukai, didn't come, we, the small characters, don't know about these things. It seems that the 7 warlords of the sea do not all listen to orders. After all, the strong have their own arrogance. There are 5 Shichibukai here. If Whitebeard dares to come, he will probably be killed by the Shichibukai directly. There is no need to use the navy at all. That's right. Ha ha ha. Don't talk about Whitebeard, just add another red hair. No, red hair is just a defeated general under Hawkeye. A one-armed loser who fought for his life, not counting him. Count Kaido, add another Kaido, he must also die here. There's no way he can beat 5 of the 7 warlords of the sea. It's just a pity Kaido won't come, and doesn't dare to come. If it wasn't for that, I really wanted to see Doflamingo and Moria find Kaido to settle accounts and kill Kaido, seeing those 2. Kaido immediately ran far away. How could he dare to come? I am a little reassured. The Navy will definitely win. The place on the picture is Lawn Port Gas Diaz, awaiting execution. But outside the 7 warlords sea, the 3 generals also appeared here above. They sat in the long square seats, like an impenetrable barrier, blocking all enemies from approaching the execution platform. They are people wearing the cloak of justice, the man in navy uniform. Regardless of image and temperament, still their body shape. Tall looking back, they are much more human-like than the normal 7 warlords of the sea. Although the 3 great generals' physical appearance is within the normal human category, the aura they exude seems to be slightly surpassing the 7 warlords of the sea. The Navy headquarters has the highest combat power. One of the strongest in the world, Kizaru, Akainu, Aokiji, all included, seemingly able to destroy the world. Foam Islands, observing the scene of the people, this moment because of the general's appearance cheered. 3 generals appeared. Believe again because Whitebeard attack, cover a layer of difficult shadow. Also makes a lot of people feel secure, but now suddenly. The place on the long picture is by his side. Another figure appeared. This person is also a righteous person in a cloak. Bring a navy hat, and on the hat, there is a seagull. He wore round-rimmed glasses, and kept his long beard tied into a crooked shape, and this person appeared. Compared to that Vuhai, there are also great generals appearing, making people even more shocked. That is, Marshal of the Navy. Sengoku Buddha, Marshal. The foam of the archipelago, once again boiling. The Navy headquarters' highest combat strength group is now gathered here. There was also Mr. Sengoku, who personally guarded the execution platform. Right at Ace's side, Whitebeard had 10 lives, but he still couldn't save Ace. Everyone's sense of security soared once again. Mr. Sengoku is a man of the same year as Whitebeard. His strength is absolutely not inferior to Whitebeard's. If Whitebeard dares to come, I will definitely make sure he comes and never returns. Seeing Marshal Sengoku, I feel relieved. Safe, the Navy will definitely win the war. Everyone cheered, but behind Sengoku Buddha, there is also an unremarkable figure. He seemed to be trying his best to avoid public attention. Again, or rather, relatively little known in addition. The shooting angle is from the bottom of the long-tailed image, and the cause of the impact is not captured. People generally do not pay attention to him. Iron Fist Garp. Then I'll go announce it. Sengoku at this moment slightly tilted his head, asking. And behind Garp, also with an indifferent face, replied, "As you wish, listen." Sengoku stepped forward and walked forward. Go to the front execution platform. Next to him was Ace. Sengoku receives a duplicate phone. At this moment, the sound echoed throughout the entire Navy headquarters. Portgas Ace was publicly executed at the Navy headquarters. His image spread throughout the world. This matter actually has great significance, Sengoku Buddha said. Listen. People are generally skeptical. Great significance. Isn't it just the execution of a Whitebeard pirate crew officer? Because of a 4 Emperor's officer, surely it wouldn't be to the point of letting the Navy Marshal go and say it. This has great significance. If it was to publicly execute Whitebeard, then it would be almost enough to have the qualifications to let a Navy Marshal say it. This matter would have great significance. Ace must have another secret on his body. Everyone pricked up their ears and listened. But knowing the inside story of the crowd, their expressions were solemn and silent. But at the same time, far away on the sea, a tall figure was quietly listening to the phone's voice transmission. This tall figure is the Yonko Kaido. Important work, Ace Fabric True Identity. Kaido has divine vision and knows all the developments. After his identity is announced, he will most likely execute Ace. After that, Whitebeard will also appear. After Whitebeard appears, I will also appear immediately and cause a ruckus at the Marine headquarters. Not much different. It's time to leave. Afterward, Kaido incarnates as Azure Dragon, using the flame cloud, continuously heading towards the Navy headquarters, flying over. Navy headquarters, the place on the picture is long. Sengoku Buddha, at this moment intentionally stabbed his heart, asked Ace, "What is your father's name?" Listen, Ace's first reaction was doubt. Because the whole world knows who his father is. Whitebeard, Edward, Newgate Line. Is there anyone who doesn't know? So, Ace doubtfully replied, "Whitebeard, wrong." Sengoku Buddha denied. Listen, Ace suddenly regained his senses. No wonder he, a 4 Emperor's officer, wanted to be publicly executed in such a grand ceremony at the Navy headquarters. Taken before so many great pirates. Who has this card? Whitebeard, the second team leader. Obviously does not have this qualification, but Ace. Time and time again, there is this kind of honor at the Navy headquarters, facing the whole world publicly executed. Sengoku then asked who his father was. Reason. Finally very vivid, Ace realized it. Why did the Navy so solemnly execute me? Because Portgas Ace's father is ... Pirate King Gall D. Roger. So this is the real reason Sengoku must announce to the world. They captured and executed Roger for his crime seed. The problem is, Ace basically did not admit that Roger was his father. He recognized his father, only Whitebeard. My father is Whitebeard, only Whitebeard. Ace growled softly, but it didn't work. No one heard him speak. Sengoku Buddha continued to say, that year. With just a little bit of intelligence, we searched all over the world for the child who was born at that time, ... double quotes, but still can't find him. There is no other way, because that child's mother gambled her life, deceived us, deceived the whole world. In the South China Sea, called Batarila on the island, named is Portgas de Rouge woman. Let her child wait in her belly for more than a month. At the time of father's death, 1 year and 1 month. That woman used all her strength, at the cost of her life, to give birth to her child, inheriting the world's most evil blood child, just like that was born. And that child is you, Ace. Your father is ... double quotes. The Pirate King, Gall D. Roger, Sengoku Buddha, publicly announced the reason for Ace's execution. Not because he is a great pirate. Not because he is the captain of Whitebeard's second team. With this status, the Navy does not deserve to execute him in such a way. The real cause is his father, Gall D. Roger, the fire creature crime. The Navy wants to completely extinguish it in front of the whole world. This is extremely important, just today publicly executed, to the whole world broadcast the reason. And according to the announcement of Sengoku Buddha, this is the content of the rock-breaking sutra. The entire Navy headquarters fell into complete silence. Almost everyone was startled and looked over at the long figure on the screen. Pirate King Roger, the fiery one, still burning. What shocking news this is, but Garp, then silently bow your head. Because he was the one who accepted Roger's request, go adopt Roger's son. Also considered as his own nephew, devotedly raised, Sponge Islands. The news that Sengoku Buddha announced was also transmitted to this place in real time. Everyone was speechless, looking at the image of the execution platform being broadcast on the big screen. Then, a loud rumbling sound arose from all directions. Ace's father is the Pirate King Roger, that world's criminal level, the executed great pirate. Actually left behind a cruel offspring. No wonder Ace is so cruel. It turns out that from the moment he was born, his body has been flowing with the blood of sin. Ace is brutal, absolutely has a huge relationship with Roger. Disgusting, Roger still has a son, this fire of sin. It still hasn't been extinguished yet. Ace must be executed, Roger's evil fire must be extinguished. The crowd panicked, feared, and condemned. The Pirate King, Roger, even though he was executed many years ago, but still a world-famous evil criminal. Many people hear this name, all will have them scalp, a wave of fear, but considering he was dead, everyone can get some comfort. It can be imagined that now, hearing that Roger's bloodline crime is still lingering, many people will react accordingly, and thus go crazy. But at the Foam Archipelago, there are also editorial staff. Their hands were shaking at this moment. Some people even lost their grip on the paper and pen and dropped them to the ground, just because of this news. It is too heart-touching. Trust not long. This news will spread to every corner of the world. Navy headquarters, everyone reacts differently. There are many people here who have experienced Roger's era. There were also people who were at the scene and watched Roger's execution. Roger left them a shadow that was much more profound than that of ordinary people. There are still many people, although they did not experience Roger's era, but indirectly with Roger has deep hatred, extremely hate Roger. Because of Roger, that year when he was executed, he revealed a big secret treasure. From there opened the great pirate era. Countless people rushed to the ocean and became pirates. I don't know how many people, because Roger started this pirate era, were brutally murdered. There were many Navy family members and relatives who were killed by pirates. But these pirates, there are almost no exceptions. All because of Roger's big secret treasure. He ran to the ocean and became a pirate. If it weren't for Roger, Pirates will definitely be lacking a lot. Many tragedies would not have happened. So the source of hatred from many Marines is the Pirate King Roger. But now here, Roger bloodline, an extension. The place on the long Ace image, it's not hard to imagine. Many Marines looked at Ace's reaction and attitude. Of course, there is fear, there is panic. Roger's ghost seemed to have loomed over once again, but more emotions, still hatred. Roger's bloodline of crime was right before their eyes. Put it out, it needs to be put out. The three generals were silent. They have all fought with Roger before, of course. At that time the third general was still a lieutenant general, and his battle target was crew member Roger. Mainly fighting with Roger is Garp at this moment. Hearing that Roger's son was here also brought up many memories related to Roger. But the seven warlords see aspect, the reaction was relatively excited, thinking this was a miracle. The seven warlords of the sea are not very old. Roger was executed at. They still had no new people coming out. Still remember clearly, at that time, how completely Roger's bloodline was destroyed. There is one type, as if wanting to turn the world upside down. Also have to find all people, events, things related to Roger, then completely eliminate the determination. They all remember how majestic the scene of destroying everything was at that time. Those related to Roger have almost no chance of survival. But Roger's son is still alive. How can it not be considered a miracle? Can you not call people excited? But in the naval aspect, mainly upper naval, three great generals, marshals, they did not have so many doubts about Roger's son being lucky enough to survive. Why such a great intensity of destruction? Still Ace survived. Each in mind, a figure appeared, Garp, that is. No one dares to say kidding, heroic navy. Roger the mortal enemy, very high merit. Mainly extremely powerful, who dares to question whether he is wrong or not? Even if countless intelligence reports pointed to Garp using his own strength to forcefully protect Roger's son and raise him up, preserving Roger's bloodline of crime. This trip could be said to be a crime that could reach the heavens. But who dares to say, catch Garp right? Are you crazy? Who dares? Can you win? Firstly, Navy honor, not allowed to be dirty. Once known by the outside world as the face, symbol, title, and hero of the Navy, protecting Roger's son, brought honor to the Navy, creating a huge influence. Out to preserve the Navy's face and honor, so can't pursue Garp's matter, want to pretend to be stupid, do not know. Next, also mainly the inability to handle Garp. This one compares to not eating a devil fruit. He did not accept the curse of the sea, can't catch it. Consider mobilizing the three great generals to sweep people go to the sea, how to catch. Ride a boat, let Aokiji freeze the ocean. One punch will destroy your boat, one freeze the ocean will destroy you. The three generals all drowned, summary considered, mainly really incapable of capturing Garp. So this matter, no one investigates, no one compares. Just do not know, but Garp also silent. In his mind, according to this intelligence release, related memories also appeared, how Roger asked him for help to protect his child. How Garp protected Rouge, Rouge in front of him named the child, then exhausted, died in front of Garp. There's also Garp adopting Ace after each stage, same time in prison. Ace again how stubbornly bullied Roger, hating the other half of Roger's bloodline in his body. All sorts of things flashed through Garp's mind, causing him to fall into even greater silence, even a bit of a headache. The world is unpredictable. How did things develop step by step into what they are today? The place on the picture is long, Sengoku Buddha continued, about 2 years ago. You used your mother's name and took the identity of the Spade Pirates captain to sea. Your astonishing growth rate and unparalleled strength roamed the oceans, and we finally realized that the Roger bloodline had not been severed. But the one who discovered this together was a Whitebeard to nurture you into the next pirate king. He let his former rival's son get on the boat. Sengoku continues to the world, introducing the villainous Ace, the son of the Pirate King, the future Pirate King. Once the world's evil crime scourge, his son, still a cruel criminal, will still bring disaster to the world. Letting Ace be executed in everyone's hearts became a more meaningful, more righteous act, but Ace suddenly objected. He did not board Whitebeard's ship to become the Pirate King, but it was to help Whitebeard become the Pirate King that he boarded the ship. Roger is not worthy to be the Pirate King. Ace also did not want to become the Pirate King. Whitebeard is the real Pirate King. Only you would want that, Sengoku Buddha continued to say. The reason we were unable to attack you was because Whitebeard protected you, but if I ignore you, you will sooner or later become the next one, causing the world to fall into tragedy. Standing at the peak of pirates, so I must cut off this flame of sin from you. Even if I have to go to war with Whitebeard for this, I won't hesitate. This news once published. Ace's death became an extremely important matter based on Sengoku's teachings. Ace is immortal, will be raised by Whitebeard to become the Pirate King, bringing disaster to the world. If Ace dies, the whole world in the future will achieve peace. One can imagine how much everyone shares the same hatred and loathing for Ace. But suddenly, Marshal Sengoku, the gate of justice suddenly opened. The power plant lost contact. Listen, Sengoku was startled. Are you here yet? Sengoku Buddha immediately looked out into the distance toward the sea afterward. Sengoku's voice echoed throughout the entire Navy headquarters, all members into combat mode. Flower, the headquarters was in an uproar. The war was so silent, without a sound or echo. Following Sengoku's announcement, the entire crew entered battle mode. The atmosphere in the Navy headquarters instantly became tense. The Foam Island crowd, even though they were not at the scene, just looking at the big screen, suddenly became nervous. Whitebeard, that one is said to be able to destroy the world of men, finally arrived, Navy headquarters, on the Shore Defense Navy. Very quickly looked to, in the distance on the sea. Don't know where it came from, dozens of pirate ships appeared. Each of these ships had bright pirate insignia hanging on them, revealing the identity of the captain. It's pirates, a giant pirate fleet. Here, Whitebeard is here. Disgusting, where did these boats come from? How did they suddenly appear? The battlefield is ready to receive the enemy. The battlefield is ready to receive the enemy. These fleet ships, each one is a famous character, sooner or later famous throughout the New World. Even the whole world, the Navy headquarters, looking at the pirate fleet from afar, had solemn expressions. Whitebeard pirates, under the flag there were 16 fleets, 16 captains, a total of 1,600 people, and Whitebeard pirates. There are also 43 New World pirate crews. At this moment Whitebeard gathered all his forces under his command. Total over 50,000 people, layer upon layer, heading towards the Navy headquarters. Awesome atmosphere, Navy headquarters, also cannot be disdainful. Right now, the Navy, on the surface of the sea pirate fleet observed several times. Suddenly, the Navy is aware of the seriousness of the problem. Where is Whitebeard? Why in the fleet? Can't see Whitebeard's ship. Can't see Whitebeard's figure. I definitely can't see Whitebeard. Not just a Whitebeard, even Whitebeard under the captain's flag. Couldn't see it. Where are the people? Where is Whitebeard and his officers? Where did Whitebeard go? The arrival of such a huge pirate fleet already made people nervous, but now even more shocked to discover Whitebeard's whereabouts were still mysterious. Make urgent, 1 floor higher, can't find Whitebeard, still going. That guy, what the hell is he doing? No one knows what Whitebeard wants to do. That is, also born a lot, not knowing fear. Want to attack the pirate fleet. There is a navy at this moment asking for orders. Immediately got a definite answer, wait a little longer. Find Whitebeard and talk again. Whitebeard must be plotting something. We are unchanging and adaptable. Marines continue to wait, looking over the pirate fleet, constantly sailing closer to headquarters. But standing in the 7 warlords of the sea defense line, this moment is so exciting. Even though they are the 7 warlords of the sea, great power, also known as one of the 3 great powers. But honestly, never seen Whitebeard, also have not fought with Whitebeard. After all, Whitebeard was relatively unknown in his old age, unlike when he was so lively when he was young. If you want to contact Whitebeard, you must actively seek him out, such as challenging or provoking him, but the 7 warlords of the sea also did not dare to challenge Whitebeard, is this not wanting to die? So, from beginning to end, I did not have any contact with Whitebeard. Now Whitebeard arrives. They finally had the chance to come into contact with Whitebeard, and even fight with him. Secret, one-on-one combat, they dare not, but now. Behind our 100,000 elite Marines, the 3 great generals, Marshal Sengoku, Hero Garp, having such a strong team as a support. That challenge a little Whitebeard, still have this courage, that is, Doflamingo, at this moment, was extremely excited, whisk, wah, 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 wah. Doflamingo let out that characteristic laugh, said, Whitebeard really came, interesting. Hurry up and appear, Whitebeard, I can't wait. Ha ha ha, don't hesitate to have a drink with Whitebeard. All the more so in such a safe situation fighting with Whitebeard. This life may not have a second chance. How can it not make people excited? But right now, a very small sound suddenly came from the Navy headquarters inside the bay. The sound is very small, so only the strong can hear. The 3 generals' ears twitched slightly. Sengoku was also slightly startled. Broken, wrong fabric layout, Navy headquarters in formation. Is the outermost ocean, still wrapped 50 warships, at the rear of the warship. On the naval headquarters defense line, many large cannons were deployed. Just a Whitebeard fleet arrives, fleet, defense line, artillery community. These 2 layers of defense collapsed. Whitebeard had the chance to steer the fleet into the bay. But now, inside the bay echoed the sound. Directly past the outermost, the warship and the 2-layer defense line, naturally. Hearing this voice, the expressions of the strong people in the group changed. Take it, the sound got louder and louder. Navy headquarters inside the bay seabed appeared giant black shadow. The black shadow on the sea surface is getting closer and closer. The sound of clacking became louder and clearer. Navy headquarters, immediately in an uproar. Where is the sound coming from? Inside the bay. Inside the bay, a huge black shadow appeared from the bottom of the sea. What is that black shadow? Should I say? The elite Navy group, now following Sengoku, the generals, realized the seriousness of the problem. And Garp also discovered this early, looked intently at the inside of the bay, and said, This time it will appear from a formidable place. Following the shadow inside the bay, the distance to the sea surface is getting closer and closer. The Navy realized the truth. Whitebeard took the entire pirate ship and advanced to the bottom of the sea. Double quotes. Directly cross the defense line, drive into the bay. The elite Navy group jumped in surprise. Afterward, boom! A huge pirate ship broke through the bay's sea surface and entered the water surface. Raise a great tide, splash out a large amount of seawater, causing many Navy soldiers on the defense line to be affected by the waves and let out cries. The rear Navy, shocked to see the pirate ship before their eyes, Whitebeard's boat. The white whale appeared. Whitebeard really directly crossed the defense line and killed his way into the bay. But follow closely behind, 3 more pirate ships entered the sea. All for Whitebeard ships, successful invasion inside the bay. The inside of the bay is invaded. Whitebeard's 14 captains are all on board. The officers have also crossed the defense line. Disgusting, even the iron walls were broken. Navy headquarters, a piece of commotion. The original plan, so perfect, lots of artillery. Just wait until Whitebeard arrives, thousands of cannons will fire at once. Believe Whitebeard will have more headache. Actual results, Whitebeard did not react to those defense lines. Directly from the seabed drive into the bay. The so-called iron wall and bronze wall cannon defense line in a moment turned into a laughing stock. Who can stand this? Whitebeard has the power to be considered finished. How do you still have a brain, brave and resourceful, right? So disgusting, Whitebeard ... Sengoku Buddha, this moment his eyes condensed. With his great strength, he discovered Whitebeard's whereabouts earlier than the elite group. Right after that, la 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 la, Whitebeard's laughter rang out above the white whale. It's been decades since we last met, Sengoku afterward. A 6 or 7 meter tall figure walked towards the white whale's bow. He retains a characteristic crescent-shaped white beard. Under the strong body, the naked eye can see the terrifying force erupting, making people tremble. Stop at the bow of the boat, Whitebeard continued. My dear child, are you okay? Obviously the tone is not intimidating. But it is to make people surprised and cold. Looking at him, will feel fear. Whitebeard, appear. Whitebeard, that is Whitebeard, huh? The intimidating power looks like it's on par with the 7 warlords of the sea. The ability to compare with the 7 warlords of the sea is even more formidable. Even though he is old and weak, he still looks scary. This is the world's strongest man. Seeing it with my own eyes is even scarier than the legends. Really, how will this war go? Sponge Islands, people urgent and worried. Navy headquarters, inside the bay, white whales swam above. There was a commotion all around. The Whitebeard pirates and their captains also rushed towards the front of the ship. They looked at the Navy, looked at Ace. A team leader, Marco, opened his mouth and said, in this vast ocean, everyone knows if we attack our comrades, what will be the consequences. We won't let anything hurt you alive, Ace. Wait, I'll come over and save you right away. Be enlightened. Navy headquarters, following the Whitebeard pirate crew, a piece of imposing and arrogant voice. On this piece of the vast ocean. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a strange sound rang out. Makes the elite group headquarters feel very suspicious. Go in all directions. Where does the sound come from? The place below the long image, 3 generals. They immediately caught the source of the sound and understood the reason. Aokiji, bringing in a formidable guy. Akainu, what's left to say about this, Kizaru? It really makes people angry. They react differently. But overall, the expression was very solemn. No matter what, this man before his eyes, although he was old and weak, his terrifying demeanor when he was young still left people with fresh memories. But in the 7 warlords' defense line, there was great doubt. Where is the noise coming from? Moria turned his head suspiciously, searching for the source of the sound. Doflamingo was also quickly turning around to search, obviously. The 7 warlords of the sea are weaker than the generals and the 4 emperors, and it's not even known what happened. Garp's face also had a layer of shadow. It has caused a stir. Guragura no Mi power user, human earthquake, Whitebeard, false. But a moment later, the headquarters elite group finally realized what was happening. That is ... double quotes, see, rough sea, wow. What a big storm. The headquarters, with its countless elites, immediately fell into chaos. But the place on the picture is long, Sengoku Buddha, face gloomy. Don't think that just because you have a numerical advantage, you can win. Sengoku Buddha coldly said, to welcome the end of the world, the one who can't do it well is us ... That man actually has the power to destroy the world. Sponge Islands above, that rough sea ... This is Whitebeard's power, That's Whitebeard's sea storm, so huge, this man wants to destroy the headquarters in a blink of an eye. This is the power of humanity, this is the human category. The world's strongest man. Is this the strongest world? So the devil is even more terrifying. Through the big screen, many people watching the battle, at this moment, their faces were pale, feeling hopeless. They from the big screen inside also saw the scene headquarters, saw the sea at the Navy headquarters, two directions. All of this caused a sea of turmoil, engulfing the Navy headquarters. But that sea level was still about twice as high as the highest point of the Navy headquarters. Clear, just these seas fall down, the entire Navy headquarters turned into a vast ocean. The Navy headquarters will be in a moment of destruction. But a Whitebeard just appeared, and immediately caused such a terrible disaster. Is it possible not to make chaos? The elite Navy group was confused, but could do nothing. Such a big two-wave sea, who has a solution? Can only watch helplessly as this apocalyptic scene naturally continues to develop. Foam Island crowd, heart lifted to throat, more and more nervous. Although they did not participate in the battle, if the Navy was destroyed, the world would become a pirate paradise. All the people would be enslaved, sold, killed by pirates, including the people of the Sponge Island archipelago. They had reason to be afraid. The sea was rough, the distance was getting closer. Rough sea, what now? Whitebeard was actually able to cause such a huge sea storm. This could devour all forces. Double quotes. Ah. The rough sea was very close to the headquarters. At the same time, the sea began to fluctuate, with a downward trend. If it really happens, 100,000 elite Marines. I'm afraid a large part will die on the spot. Because inside there are quite a few fake power fruits, this part is directly discarded. There are also many elites, speaking of formidable, but in reality compared to Whitebeard, they are just miscellaneous fish. They might be crushed to death by the weight of the falling sea waves. At this moment their faces are full of despair. Is this Whitebeard? Wave, 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 wave. Doflamingo laughed excitedly. He is not afraid, of course not afraid. He understood very well the abilities of the strong people on the scene. Rough seas, confirmed not to fall, and Doflamingo's confident demeanor also made many people on the Sponge Island watching the battle feel a little comforted. The 7 warlords of the sea are indeed strong enough, not afraid of Whitebeard at all. Faced with the disaster caused by Whitebeard, still very excited, looks like there's hope. The 7 warlords of the sea have the ability to kill Whitebeard, ending it all. Navy headquarters, right now, the place below the long shape, the general position. Aokaji's figure suddenly flashed and disappeared from his seat. When it appeared again, it had already jumped into midair. Ice Age, accompanied by Aokaji's voice, a loud sound rang out. 2 ice waves also contacted both sides, causing sea turbulence. The original can swallow all giant seas. This moment was completely frozen. Condensation at the source, no longer falling down trend. Risk, dismissal, and this suddenly removed the danger, also made the headquarters elite group suddenly have the feeling of surviving the disaster. Sea leveling off, frozen, General Aokaji. The elite group suddenly burst into cheers. They couldn't react to Aokaji's movements, so it was only at this moment that they saw Aokaji's figure. This moment is like seeing the savior. Shouting Aokaji, beluga whale above. Aokaji boy, Whitebeard looked over indifferently. The ocean, still frozen, inside the bay, everything was frozen. The white whale was fixed in place, unable to move, but this on the contrary forms the perfect disembarkation location. Whitebeard and his crew rushed down, and a Whitebeard pirate crew, at this moment, also approached the Navy headquarters. Also because of the frozen sea, there is a chance to set foot. Countless people under the boat, straight to the headquarters, Navy and pirates. Both sides also fired artillery at each other right now. The cannonballs fired at the pirate fleet headquarters were suddenly cut off in large numbers and wiped out. The artillery shell exploded in midair, causing no real impact afterward. Cut off these artillery shells, crowd rushed to the ground, figure displayed. It's the headquarters Lieutenant General Group. Even if it is activating the demon-slaying order, it only requires 5 lieutenant generals. This is the first time I have seen such a complete lieutenant general formation. This is equivalent to activating several demon-slaying orders at the same time. The Lieutenant General Group will not let Whitebeard go up. The elite group was excited, and the Whitebeard pirates. They are not afraid of any demon-slaying order, nor are they afraid of any lieutenant general. Demon order, just bully the common people. Kill me, Whitebeard pirates crowd shouted. Countless pirates running towards headquarters. Sengoku Buddha looked over the flames of war that were instantly ignited. Finally, it begins. Original, the situation will continue to develop like this. Everyone declared war on each other. The Navy headquarters also completed a series of preparations, but at this moment. This is so exciting. Do you mind if I join in? A sound. Suddenly from the clouds in the sky, a voice rang out. But the vast majority of people are not familiar with this sound. Bizarre, clouds in the sky, why can there be sound? But familiar with this voice. This moment is no exception, all are discolored. That sound is ... the 4 emperors ... Kaido, he really came.